Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with my daily theology lesson. It's my daily meditation that I do for myself. I record it and I release it because maybe somebody else out there can get something out of it. It's something that I do for myself because I want to be a better principled person. It just so happens that I love God and I like theology. Choose God this day. The bad guys, they sin. The good guys, we sin. We all sin. It's whom you serve. You don't have to be perfect. No one is perfect. No one, No one. No one. Love yourself. Love yourself, because if nobody else loves you, you'll be okay. Never give up on yourself. If you lost everything, but you have yourself, you have everything. Never give up on yourself. For those of you just tuning in, I focus out of three major religious texts: the Bible, the Quran, and I've been an introductory Buddhist text called The Shape of Suffering. I try to rotate each of these texts at least twice a week, sometimes more or less, depending on how I'm led to meditate each day. Anyway, we're back in the rotation of The Shape of Suffering, and it deals with dependent co-arising. Without no this, there's no that. And, everything we say and do has an effect on our senses, and it kind of goes on from there. So you just kind of look it up and it'll give you a better explanation on what it is. But when I read these texts, I only read a little bit at a time. Okay. Knowledge described. Now this is a society. MN9 is more explicitly related to the Four Noble Truths, that is the knowledge described in SN 312. Yet even the latter knowledge implicitly follows the same basic pattern, seeing the arising of stress as coming from a cause, and the cessation of stress as coming from the cessation of the cause. Simply provides greater detail in describing the path of practice leading to the cessation. I just took a shower. If you see water, sorry. Okay, so I think they're talking about the Pali Canons, but I'm not for sure. And that's a lot of different values, I think, of it, but I could be wrong because I'm just learning. I don't know. SN 312 applies this analysis to 7 of the factors: dependent co-arising, ignorance, fabrications, consciousness, contact, feeling, craving, and clinging. MN9 applies to analysis to all 12 of the factors. This means in practice that there is no need to know the entire sequence of factors in order to put an end to suffering and stress. A person merely needs to focus on a particular factor or a relationship within the sequence, whichever is essential to focus on, and to apply knowledge in terms of the Four Noble Truths to that spot. This is why the Buddha, in teaching the way to end of suffering and stress, did not have to explain the entire sequence every time to every student. He could focus simply on whichever factor or set of factors was most transparent to the student, recommend a relevant meditative practice, and that would be enough for the student to bring suffering to an end. This tactic will be explored in further detail in Chapter 3, where different aspects of Buddhist practice are listed under the factors of dependent co-arising, to which there are most closely. Let me say that again. This tactic will be explored in further detail in Chapter 3, where different aspects of Buddhist practice are listed under the focus of dependent co-arising, to which they are most closely related. Okay, that's where I'm going to stop. Thank you.